Yo, what up, people? I've been hearing a lot of discussion and people saying that they aren't getting maps to drop at all, or they have really hard time breaking into like T14 maps and higher than that. And while I've definitely felt like there's a bit of a difference in the amount of maps that drop, I haven't exactly had a lot of issues getting into the higher tier maps, even like though I'm not really running them yet or really trying. And that's because of this one little, I guess, trick I'm doing whenever I progress my atlas. And I personally call it Watchstone juggling or Watchstone shuffling, whatever you want to call it. If you ever see me mention that wording or hear me say that on stream, that's basically what this refers to. So, without going into crazy detail on how map drops work, the only way to normally get a +2 map drop is by completing a map. So that usually it means killing a map boss, or in the case where there's multiple map bosses, when you complete the map, so when you have killed all of them, there's this bonus. So in the gray lines, it says 2% chance for additional connected map drop to drop from unique map boss. So that refers to these lines. So for example, our T12 Coral Ruins is connected to T13 Factory, T12 Mud Geyser, T12 Temple, and T11 Chateau. You can see the lines there, right? So as a baseline, without any awakening level, this is 1 in 3. So when you run 100 maps where you kill the map boss, on average you should be getting this to proc around like 33 times. That's a lot. That's a pretty high chance. And Awakening level also increases this by a flat 1%. So with Awakening level 8, you should have a roughly 41% chance for this to occur. So what we'll do is we basically trick the game. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a trick. It's just how the mechanics work to give us a higher map. So let's say when we go in and run the T12 Coral Ruins, right? When we kill the map boss, it would have that 1 in 3 chance to drop the adjacent or like the connected map, and it would be one of these. But we put one Watchstone in there. Now suddenly Bazaar is at T15. This cannot drop anymore, barring very, very few exceptions. Then there's a T14 Mesa, and then there's a T14 Chateau. So now if this chance were to proc from the bonus drop, well, it has to be either a Mesa or a Chateau, because those are the only maps available to drop through that. And I've been doing this a lot ever since the Conquerors of the Atlas came out, because the mechanics of maps dropping was already there. So when I realized that I can, do that, well, that helped me a lot in getting to higher maps. And that's why I usually, when I'm progressing my Atlas, normally you hear people say that you do your 1 Watchstone here, then 2 Watchstone, then 3 Watchstone, and 4 Watchstone in all of the inner regions, because that's, in general, you get like lower tier maps, right? 3 Watchstones in here, the lowest map is T10, 3 Watchstone here, the lower tier is T12, right? But what I do is I spawn one of the 3 Watchstones in a corner. For example, I've spawned my 3 Watchstone Veritania here. This is my last 3 Watchstone fight. And then I'll do all my 4 Watchstones here. As you can see, I haven't obtained any of them yet. And the reason the Veritania can spawn is because it's here, right? But the reason I do this is because of this trick. So let's say I'm running, I find a T12 cemetery, right? So I open it, I clear the map. I usually clear the map without putting the Watchstone in, but when I get to the boss room, I'll do this, so that if the boss bonus drop procs, which is quite often, now the only maps that it can drop to me are T14, right? Wharf T14, Shore T14, Ramparts 14, Summit is 15. It can't drop because it's a +3. Same for Fungal Hollow. and ley line is another 14. So this is like a very easy way to force the game to give you higher tier map drops with very little effort. And in the case of doing like Plaza or Channel or Atoll, you would also have to make sure to increase the tiers of these maps so that this won't be able to drop. Or if it drops, it's a high tier enough. And you can actually do this earlier already. Like, for example, when we are doing something like here, so this is T8, right? With only one Watchstone. 3 Watchstones here. That's a T13. 2 Watchstones. That's a T11. So I can drop this from here, right? 1 Watchstone there, and this is T9. That's T9, right? So now if we were to run the T8 waste pool here, the only maps that would drop are T9 Lighthouse and T9 Dungeon. So you can very early, if you really wanted to use this little trick to basically brute force the game to drop you higher tier maps than it would normally do, just because how the mechanics work. But yeah, hopefully that was useful. It was clear enough that you understand how to do it. But yeah, good luck with your Atlas progression.